Hey, thanks for tuning in on this video with our man Resales. We are the business partners for a 90% automated dropshipping solution for our clients. And boy, we have had some success with our clients over the years, so let me fill you in on that as well. What I want to do, I know you're doing your due diligence, so let me give you a brief overview of who we are, where we started from, where we are today, and how we got to where we are as well for our clients. So we're achieving the results that we have pretty much promised our clients year after year as well. And so let's go back to the start when we started this business back in 2008 during the last financial crisis. And the thing is about that last financial crisis, I think maybe by looking at me, you'll see that I'm a wee bit young, apart from the grey hairs popping up here and there that might give that away. But going back 12 years when I started this business back in 2008, as you all know, we were in this recession, this economic impact around the world, banks closing, businesses closing, it was a disaster around the world. But being young, I didn't know I hadn't been through that. I didn't know what a recession was. I didn't know what economic impact it was having on the economy. So I didn't have that fear in my head, I didn't have that fear of failing, which is what puts a lot of people off going into business and puts a lot of people off taking that first step into doing something for themselves. It's that fear of failing that holds us back. Luckily, I didn't have that back then. And I think fortunately now I still don't have it. My wife always tells me how I love taking risks. I love taking risks, and fortunately that's gone well for us. But I suppose what we have tried to do over the years with this business that we have is minimize that risk, because as an investor myself, we invest in businesses ourselves and invest in other portfolios as well. And I know that when you're doing your due diligence, you want to minimize that risk exposure that you have. And that's why over the years, we have fine-tuned and improved on our systems so much that we have minimized that risk for our clients when they are investing with us. So thinking 12 years back when we started our first dropshipping store that was never actually started to be a full-fledged business, it was started to build up basically pocket money, a little bit of extra income on the side to pay a few bills here and there. And then just as the months went on, the sales were picking up, the products we were putting online were picking up. And about 1.5 to 2 years into the process, we had a business that was generating some good sales, some very, very good sales. But at the same time, we were putting in, I'd say 12, 14, 16-hour days to manage that business as well. So it got to a stage where it just wasn't practical, it just wasn't scalable, because of the amount of time we were putting in. So we had to look at exploring solutions to automate the process for us as well. And that's when we started exploring how we can automate the listing processes, the ordering processes, because that is the part that takes the most amount of time when it comes to online business. If you think about it, if you're starting an online retail shop, your listing development is what's going to take the most time at the start. And then after you've launched, it's the order processing that is going to take the most of your time day by day as well. So we've pretty much taken that burden off you. So we've freed up that time for you. So we're looking after the listings and the order processing side of things, which means that you can look after the day-to-day operation of your store, the front end of your store, and work with us to build and scale the store up as well, So that's the reason why we've pretty much fine-tuned and improving the system. So going back 12 years, when we were opening a store, we were talking about 7-8 months to get a store going to the level where we have them now. Over the years, we improved on the system so much that time was cut down to 3 months to 2 months to 1 month. Now we're turning the store around, getting a store opened in as little as 3 weeks. So straight away we have shaved off a good 6, 7, 8 months of time, compared to where we were 10, 12 years ago. But at the same time, the day-to-day operation, instead of putting in 12, 14-hour days to manage the store, Our clients are now investing maybe 30 minutes a day, 40 minutes a day, 50 minutes a day, that sort of thing, you know. So they're investing minimal time in operating and managing their own store as well. And it's just thanks to all these fantastic systems that we have going on, you know, systems that keep track of what our competitors are doing, you know. So if we have a competitor out there that has opened a store, chances are we're going to find out exactly what I might not find out today straight away, but in a week's time or a month's time, we will find out exactly what you're doing. And chances are we'll be able to come in soon after and blow you out the water because of these fantastic systems that we have, you know, that are keeping track of what our suppliers are doing. Or not suppliers, sorry, our competitors, what our competitors are doing across all the different marketplaces out there. You know, you've got Amazon, you've got eBay, you've got Rakuten, all the different marketplaces out there. We have pretty much tools and product extraction tools, we would like to call them, that are going out and seeing what our competition is doing, sort of thing, you know. So that's pretty much where we're at, you know, and I'm sure when you speak to your business growth consultant, they'll be able to go through different figures with you as well and different packages that we have and what you get for each package. Now, I'm not going to go through figures with you here because I know you've already gone through that with your business growth consultant. But one thing I can say is that we're always very reserved with the figures that we give out, because what we want to do is bring you in. We want to exceed that expectations. We're setting your expectation here, and we want to come in and exceed that expectation for you. Because if we exceed that expectation, you're going to refer us to friends, you're going to refer us to family. Naturally, you know, if you've got something good going on for yourself, you're naturally going to go and tell your friends and family about it as well. And that's pretty much how we've grown the business over the last 4.5 years or so, and how we intend to continue to grow the business. You know, we have a client signed on with us. Chances are they're going to go on to get more stores from us in future as well, and they're going to refer their friends and family, and that's how we're building this business up ourselves as well. Once we get that right partner at the start, then we know that we're going to be able to work with them to build up a solid business going forward as well, you know. So I know there's a lot of different options out there, you know, and I'm sure you've explored a lot of different options as well. You know, you've got different people selling different drop shipping packages. You've got your £500 sellers, you know, you've got your £3,000 sellers, you've got your £40,000 sellers. You've got a whole spectrum to go through, you know, when you're exploring what you want to do for yourself. Chances are we've probably tested the water with a lot of them. You know, I remember I was speaking to one not long ago, you know, I think we're only talking a few months back, about margins that they would make on their stores and things like that. And when I was speaking to them, they were going through their pitch as they do, you know, and I was talking to them and I was like, okay, well, let's talk margins here, you know. So if I've got £100 item, and what are we selling that for? And the guy turns around and is like, oh, well, if you've got £100 item, we're going to sell that for about £125. And I was like, right, okay, so you're selling that for £125, but Amazon's fee on that product is going to be about 20%. I think it was about 18%, 19%. So I was like, so realistically, on this £100 sale, I'm probably ending up with about £2. So we're talking about 2-3%. And the guy just went quiet, you know. So that's one thing to look out for, you know. While there's people out there that are going to promise you the sales, what's the whole point of getting these sales if your margin is going to be 1 or 2%? We're coming in and we're hitting about 20%, minimum 20% for our clients. That is what we guarantee in the agreement that we have with you, a minimum margin of 20% operating profit after all your Amazon related expenses and any expenses related to the product processing. 20%. There's nobody out there that can achieve a 20% margin. And I'll tell you that now. You know, you can go out and explore and see if you can find somebody out there that can promise that, but there is nobody out there that can promise a 20% margin, and we have that in a written agreement with you. You know, another thing to look out for here as well is what they're actually offering you. You know, the last thing you want to do is have a store bought from somebody, and then you're having to pump more money into that to actually get that store going. Like let me give you an example here, you know. Like, let's say you've got two properties that you're looking at, property A and property B, you know. Both are, from the outside, both look absolutely identical. But the only difference is the price, you know. Property A, you can see, is listed at maybe 100,000. Property B is listed at 200,000. From the outside, there is absolutely no difference. Same size garden, same paint job on the outside, exact same shape, design, all that sort of stuff, But then whenever you take a closer look at it, property A, when you walk inside the door, this is the 100,000 property. You walk inside that door and you see, right, so there's no plumbing, there's no electrics, there's no painting, there's no flooring, there's no bathroom, there's no kitchen. So all of a sudden, you're starting going through your mind and saying, so you've bought this house for 100,000 and you've only just walked in and you've realised, hold on a second, it's just a shell that I've been sold, If I want to get this into a livable state, I'm going to have to hire a list of people that you're going to have to hire to do the plumbing, the electrics, the floor, all that sort of stuff. And then you're having to invest probably another 100,000 to get that done up to a stage where you can actually move into it. Where you had property B for 200,000, that was a turnkey solution. That had everything done in it. And you literally just walked in on day one and that was it. Nothing else needed done, You saved yourself all them months of hard work, all that work and hiring the right people to do the job for you, And that's pretty much what we do here at Armand Resales. We are essentially handing you over a turnkey solution that will start generating you sales from when we launch the store. You're not going to have to go in and advertise the business. You're not going to have to go in and find other people to do other bits of the job for you. We take care of everything for you, so you can just focus on the day-to-day operation of your store and not having to focus on driving customers to your business as well. So that's a brief nutshell on who we are and what we do and how we got to where we are today as well, So I'm hoping this will give you a little bit more information, a little bit more insight into who we are and what we do, and helps you with that due diligence stage of your process of deciding if this is the right fit for you or not as well. And whatever you decide to do, I hope the option that you go for is the right fit for you. And hopefully I might get speaking to you soon as well myself, directly, but hopefully I can. But other than that, look, stay safe. It's a crazy world out there right now, so stay safe and we'll catch up soon. Thank you. Bye.